This was this scene of TLoH. Morning, everyone. Good morning. Huh, I didn't expect to see all three of you together this early. What gives? We were just talking about all of you, actually. I'm just glad you managed to decide what to do for the festival before you got shipped off on your field study. Sounds like you didn't waste any time putting George to work either. We did ask him for help with our orbital instruments, yeah. I'm hoping to have everything sorted out by the time you're back. Make sure you know who's going to be playing what by then, though. We haven't even decided our genre yet. Well, that's definitely something you'll have to take care of. I'm more interested in the outfits, though. I'm thinking sexy, really sexy, especially the girls. Ooh ho, you and I are on the same page. Don't even think about it, I'm not wearing one. It would be a bit distracting if they ended up being as revealing as President Herschel's was. So that was all Angie and Crow's fault. They wouldn't listen to any of my feedback. I hope you realize how much I'm counting you to stop this, Reen. I'll see what I can do. On a less sexy topic, this month's field study sounds like a tough one. Roer is at the center of the Nortia province. The provincial army's influence isn't quite as blatant as in Ordis, but they still hold significant sway there. And the relationship with the railway military police is especially bad, so make sure you don't get wrapped up in all that. Really? And tensions are rising both inside and outside the country as it is. It's kind of worrisome. At least your field study seems to have been planned out to minimize the chances of you getting into any trouble. What? What do you mean by planned out? Oh, did Instructor Sarah not tell you? Well, we can't spoil the surprises then, can we? Where are you? Curiosity piqued. Well, I did call you to the field, right? Why don't you get going? I'm sure it'll all make sense once you're there. Slow it down. How come you guys all get to know and I don't? Sorry, Crow. Well, that's what you get for taking the easy classes again this year. What she said. Still, you're technically a second year, so make sure to back your new class up. Oh, I see how it is. Get a few more credits than me and you think you could get away with saying whatever you want. Well, sounds like we should head over to the field then. Okay, Patrick is near the gymnasium entrance. What are you still doing here? Don't you have a field study to undertake? We thought so too, but they told us to gather at the field instead. How about you, Patrick? I thought it'd be a cold day in hell before I saw you attend morning practice. I'm only here to shake off my morning drowsiness. I most certainly did not come here to train after my crushing defeat at Friedel's hands. That is one honest lie. You can read him like a book. You'll be making your way up to Ordis and Roer, will you not? We're foolhardy if you ask me. Well, we can't really claim that either place will be a cakewalk. Ordis is Duke Cayenne's stronghold, so the others are bound to run into trouble there. But it's not like Roer is the nicest place these days either. Wait, are you actually worried about us, Patrick? If you're only going to spout nonsense, I would appreciate it if you held your tongue. Moving on. We plan on settling the score with you at the Academy Festival. As such, we would prefer it if you return safely. Challenge accepted. We'll be back, and we'll make sure to give you a run for your money. I joined Master Patrick for his morning training today. Seeing him practicing so diligently fills me with immense pride. His attendance at the Academy has been a beneficial experience for him in practically every regard. Okay. And Celine should be near the Academy field, apparently. Let's see if I can find her. Yeah, she's at the tree. Oh, even Celine's here. Maybe she's curious about what's going on too? Who knows what cats are thinking. Zerum capsule. Is this for me? Thanks, I'll make good use of it. Alright, Instructor Star should be waiting for us. Let's get moving. Yup. Alright, before I go, since Elliot's in the party, I might want to take the opportunity to just to farm some money via the recipe. Anything interesting to say? You and your bunch of pals are headed to Roer, yeah? Well, it beats the hell out of taking the girls from the intelligence division to Ordis. How did you find this stuff out so fast? More importantly, how do you know that kid was from the intelligence division? You're the one shady dude, you know that? None of your business is how. Now get out of here or you'll miss all the fun. Sorry, that response doesn't make him any less suspicious. What does he mean by all the fun anyway? Your kids told me to feel 9. In that case, you want to get out of here as soon as you buy what you're here for. Alright, let's see what my classmates have to say. So this month's field study will take place at Ordis, Duke Cayenne's stronghold. You should come as a little surprised that it's a hotspot for suspicious activity within the Empire. You saw what happened last month when he visited my father to try to persuade him to join a noble alliance. Yeah, be careful while you're there. He will have uses with us, so his presence ought to help smooth things out for us to some extent. I'm glad we managed to settle on an idea before we left for our field study. I doubt we'd be able to really focus on our task if we left it up in the air. Yeah, honestly I feel relieved now that we got that squared away. Doesn't change the fact that we've barely got any time to prepare for it though. Poor Elliot and I are gonna have to burn a candle at both ends figuring out a plan of action while we're out there. Yeah, probably. Well, I wish you all the best on your trip. Remember, we've got a festival coming up right after, so make sure you all return safe and sound. We will, thanks Emma. Heh, aren't you glad we get to be in the same group again? Words cannot begin to express the agony. Aw, don't be shy. Me and Lemmy will keep you safe, so no need to worry. Please, stop talking. I agree, it's like she's incapable of showing concern or tension. One would hardly think she's about to journey to Ordis. So we're getting sent right into Duke Cayenne's turf for our next field study? Hey, this will be the first time I get to go there without having to sneak in. This is gonna be fun. I think your mouth is Erebonia's greatest threat to national security. So I'm thinking about how close this month's field study was to being cancelled. It's even weirder how relieved I felt that it wasn't. I know what you mean, I know we struggle for every month, but I felt the same sense of relief. I guess that just goes to show how much a part of our lives they've become. We don't have a field study lined up for next month because of the festival. I'm guessing that means this month's field study will be doubly challenging. Anyone else I can talk to? Not really. Yeah, I can't dally around here forever, especially when the second game is already released for the PC. We're all told to meet here at 9 AM. Seems like I still have some time. No idea what this is all about, but it'd be probably a good idea to finish preparing first. Head to Academy Field. Good, you're all here. Oh, instructor, I wasn't expecting you to be... Sharon? Weren't you in the dormitory when we left? Indeed, I was, but I was summoned here by Lady Sarah. So after seeing all of you off, I came straight here. How did I guess she'd get here ahead of us? You know, at this point I shouldn't really be surprised. She ain't the Reinford's top maid for nothing. Personally, I would have preferred not to ask her to come at all. But since she'll be acting as Group A's guide, I didn't have much of a choice. Why, thank you. Wait, why do we need a guide? So you're telling me... Oh, looks like everyone's here already. Oh, Sharon's here too? Huh, what's she doing here? Cooking, cleaning, instantaneous travel? What isn't on her resume? Hey, you flattered me, Master Eustace. No, they talk... Well, we've got all of you here now. And look at that, 9 AM, right on time. Huh? What's that sound? An airship? It sounds like a rush of air. No, that's not quite it. Sounds to me like an airship. Are you kidding me? Look! What is it? What the hell is that? Here they come. Is it a military airship? As long as we're not on an Ouroboros airship, it should be fine, right? What is that thing even doing here? It's which is this airship special? Is this one used by Olivia or something? A Crimson airship. Who does it belong to? An Imperial Army warship, maybe? Nah, not enough giant guns. Still, the shape looks familiar. Oh, now I remember. It's like the white wings of Liberal. You think so too, right? You mean like the Arceal? Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance. The Arceal, wasn't that a high-speed cruiser from the Kingdom of Liberal? Indeed, it was on that very airship that Prince Olibert made his triumphant return to Heimdall. No way. They're not seriously going to land here, right? I don't remember, was the Arceal always red? Yeah, let me look that up real quick. No, it was white. Maybe it's a paint job or a replica. 75 arch from bow to stern. Might be a bit of a snug fit, but they should be able to touch down. Man, you gotta be kidding me. Wait a minute, how do you know how large it is? Is Olivia in there? Probably. Maybe Mueller too. I think Nihon was talking about Mueller in an optional conversation. This is the best. It's actually very pretty up close. The more I look at it, the more it seems just like the Arceal, except red. It bears the crest of the Erebonia though. So at the very least, it's an airship from the Empire.
Salutations, my beautiful friends! It's only been 10 days since last we met, but I couldn't keep myself away.
Prince Olivert!
And Major Vander.
I'm glad to see you all again.
Your slack-jawed amazement says it all. It looks like this will be quite the crowd pleaser during its grand unveiling in Heimdall.
Wait, what grand unveiling?
Man, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Still, the prince is just here in the supporting capacities today, to say nothing of myself. The real stars of the show are the airship and this fine gentleman we have aboard.
Who may you be referring to?
It's been quite some time.
The Viscount?
I see many familiar faces gathered here today, and several I've yet to have the pleasure of meeting.
I guess he did end up joining Olivert's faction.
Is that?
I know that voice.
The Radiant Blade Master?
Father.
So that's Laura's dad? Wait, who's the one now?
And look, Tobal's with him too.
This isn't quite how I expected our grand reunion to go, that's for sure.
What are you doing up there? And what's with the hat?
Allow me to introduce you. This is Captain Victor S. Arcade, who will be assuming command of the ship.
So that's what this is about.
I'll fill you in on the details another time.
What in the name of Adios is that?
Gawking.
Wow, what a pretty ship.
This thing's a real piece of work.
Incredible! And I've heard about the specs, but the numbers don't do it justice. Looks even better live than on paper. Principal Van Dyke, you too?
Could someone fill us in on what exactly is going on here?
Your bafflement is quite understandable. The chairman of the board proposed a change to your travel arrangements for this month's field study. He's agreed to deliver all of you to your respective destinations aboard this airship.
What?
We'll be riding in style.
Is he going to take both groups?
He's mainly taking it on its maiden voyage to unveil the ship to the nations. We're just kind of along for the ride. You'll be headed to the capital first, but from there, it'll be a straight shot to Roer.
Wow. I'm not sure what to say.
Oh, this is all so sudden. I think I need to sit down.
Well, should we be off, Your Highness?
Yes, that sounds marvelous. With that, let me be the first to welcome you, Class 7. Aboard the second Arcel-class high-speed cruiser, the Courageous.
It's been quite a while since I've actually been in an airship in this series. That's for sure. I think the last time was in the third when we had to use a replica of the Arcel to go into Phantasmagoria. There's Matter Park. Oh, there's Misty. There's the two delinquent kids. That's right. Machias gets to be in an airship and you don't. Ha! Oh, there's Blue Blonde too. He's gonna steal that airship. Not even our high-speed trains could hope to match that. That may be true, but we still have our own strengths. How's the investigation coming along? Well, they've been pretty blatant about trying to obstruct us, so basically about what we expected. Same is true in other areas as well. Understood. Respond with pattern 13. I'll head there myself this afternoon. Yes, ma'am. Heimdall Sank District, St. Estrellas Girls' School.
My, what a spectacular sight! My brother told me all about it, but there's no substitute for seeing it soar through the skies. Simply beautiful. Yes, it really is. You're up there, aren't you, Rain?
And there's the Imperial Palace, huh? Be nice if we could use this to revisit any location in the game, but I have a feeling that they're not gonna let us do that.
That's the Courageous. Oliver had finally finished his airship.
Hey, it's a fine ship, isn't it? Prince Oliver seems to have gone to quite a lot of trouble having it built. Heh. Is this the wind of change you intend to release across our state in troubled land? Go, my son, show me the caliber of man you can be.
Can you believe it's been almost 2 years already?
I guess Osborn still remembers when Oliver shot that bouquet at him.
And look at how far our debaucherous prince has managed to come. Partnering with Liberl to make a second Arcel-class airship, then cruising over the capital? I suppose that's one way to stick it to you for outmaneuvering him at the trade conference.
Let him have his fun for now. Still, this was certainly an unexpected play on his part. He and that band of students he likes to ship across the country have proven a never-ending source of entertainment. But now, my dear Prince Oliver, we have reached a decisive point. The board has been prepared, every piece in its place. Can you turn the tides in your favor? I look forward to finding out.
Sounds like Osborn, even though the terrorists are after him, Osborn seems to be looking for a way to turn the whole situation to his advantage. He'll probably do something like, hey, these terrorists are proof that the noble faction can't be trusted or something, since the noble faction is suspected to be in league with the terrorists. He'll probably say something like that, and everyone's going to just vote for him even more. He could kill someone on live TV and then still get elected or something like that. Yeah. Don't let the terrorists win. That's probably his new slogan once the terrorists get big enough. You know. Oh boy, looks like there's some kind of update on Steam, but I won't be able to get to it while I'm in game, that's for sure.
It's currently 10:02, and we have a north-northwesterly wind blowing in at a speed of 11 arch.
Observer Chrono.
We've just passed through Schwartz-Drake Barrier's airspace into the province of Nortia.
Current speed is 3,050 SPH. We've reached full cruising velocity.
Maintain current course and speed. Follow the Nortia main line, maintaining a distance of 200 arge.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So this is what the bridge of a cruiser looks like. It's all kind of making my head spin. If I'm not mistaken, this ship is equipped with the Epstein Foundation's latest information processing system. Huh, so you actually managed to get the Rainford Group, Zeiss Central Factory, and the Epstein Foundation to collaborate? And I suppose you would be the most well-informed on matters of technology. It took the combined effort of countless supporters to take this airship from blueprint to beauty. that means it's not just a recolor of the Arceal. I've caused a great many people no small amount of trouble gathering the technology and funds to build it. It's nice to know even princes have trouble with financing sometimes. Alas, it's true. I had to borrow quite a sum from a number of sources, the Emperor himself among them. But all my labors bore fruit, and we were able to build an airship that met all my ideal specifications. At a length of 75 ARG. It's almost twice the size of the original Arceal. And with its sporting 20 of ZCF's high-performance engines, it can achieve a top speed of roughly 3,000 SPH. Not quite as fast as Arceal's 3,600 SPH, but the Courageous boasts high armor and interception capabilities. Good grief, she's memorized all the specs already. Still, the more I hear about it, the more unbelievable it sounds. Sounds like he's compensating for something. I heard something like this was in development, but I never would have imagined you'd pack this much power into it. Well, now we have a rough idea how extravagant this ship is. What I don't understand is why my father's sitting in the captain's seat. He's not even part of the military. Unless, father, did you actually enlist in the Imperial Army? I can understand why you might be perplexed. However, this ship isn't part of any military force. Huh? So wait, is this officially regarded as property of the Imperial family? Precisely. I intend this ship to give wings to the third faction of sorts, unconnected to both the Imperial and Provincial armies. To that end, I can think of no finer captain than Viscount Arcade. Well, that at least explains some of it. I see what you're getting at, yeah. The fastest airship in the Empire, captained by the Radiant Blade Master. Hey, I couldn't ask for a stronger deterrent than that. I'll say. Well, that's my hope anyway. About half the crew here are on load from my division, the 7th Armored. The rest are civilians, representing a variety of nationalities and social classes. As for me, I'm here because I'm just that good at gathering information. They've also tasked me as the point man for keeping in touch with the guild and all its local branches. Makes sense to me. Tobo's definitely a good choice. He's got tact and patience to spare. Me, on the other hand, I'm more the face-punching type. Frankly, I'm still shocked we're here. I never have imagined we'd be flying in such a marvel of a ship, with such a distinguished crew. You've got me curious, though. Are you intending to tour the whole Empire like this? That's our plan, yes. I hope that it might help assuage some of the tension that's been building across the nation. And if we happen to intimidate the Imperial Liberation Front while we're at it, all the better. Ah, that makes sense considering they've got their own airship too. The Intelligence Division and the RMP seem to be keeping them in check for now. Having a ship like this in the air will definitely put even more pressure on the Liberation Front. In other words, this ship allows me to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Genius, isn't it? And if I ever feel the urge to stretch my wings, I can take to the skies whenever the mood strikes me. Perhaps one day I'll even be able to put on a recital soaring in the skies above Heimdall. While putting aside certain idiotic flights of fancy, at this speed it should take less than an hour to reach Roer. Feel free to make yourselves at home while you're aboard. Aside from restricted areas like the engine room, you have to run the ship. Go in and poke around a bit. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks. I think I'll take you up on that. That's how we ended up flying to our destinations aboard the Empire's newest, most cutting-edge cruiser. We didn't just sit and look out the windows, of course, since we had the captain's permission. We each set about exploring the Courageous, seeing what this top-of-the-line airship had to offer. I don't feel that great. Okay, time to talk to people. Everything on this airship is really cutting edge. Prince Albert does love his surprises. First his return to Heimdall and the Arceal, and now this. I knew the captain's daughter would be coming on board, but seeing them talk is rather heartwarming. Please relax and leave the operation of the airship to us. The crew here come from a wide range of backgrounds, but we're all confident in our skills. Welcome to Courageous's bridge. You might not believe it, but Helmsman Graf's exceptionally good at his job. I'll notice even the slightest diversion in our course too, so no need to worry. Hey there, I'm Graft. I'm from the Imperial Army's Air Force. I have to say though, I've never seen a ship like this. As if that wasn't enough to get excited about, I get to work under the Radiant Blade Master himself. If Prince Oliver wants to bring about that ideal of his, the Blade Master is the right guy to have in his corner. Safe to say that I'm looking forward to seeing just what effect this airship has on the world. Everyone here's well aware we're working with a legend, Captain Arcade. If Prince Oliver wants to bring about the ideal, alright. Nation Room, come in, can you hear me? We've reached maximum cruising speed. All green here on the bridge. Oh, hold on. Engine 4 is struggling a bit. Can you give it a look? Hello there, I'm Curtis, the radio officer. Is this your first time on the bridge of a military airship? You've seen one, you've seen them all, really. The main difference being that the Courageous is still new and shining. Well, that and the fact that the ship and its entire crew are unaffiliated with either faction. That's unusual. We're cruising along so smoothly that it almost feels like we're one with the wind. It's like the ship is the Crimson Pegasus soaring through the sky. We're really lucky to know who we know. I can't imagine many people will ever get to experience something like this. We owe the winds and the goddess our thanks. I talked to these two. Honestly, you could have told me about this a little sooner. Is this the reason you've been so busy lately? Now, I apologize for the secrecy, but much of this project fell under the veil of strict confidentiality. There are some things I'm forbidden to speak of, even to my daughter. I'm sure you realize that. But Carlos must have known, right? Why was he allowed to know while I was left in the dark? Well, we're really honored to have been invited on board. We can rest a bit easier once we arrive in Roer, knowing we had an Imperial escort. Indeed you can. The Provincial Army will have little choice but to accommodate you. This ship's purpose is to act as a deterrent to both factions, as well as the Imperial Liberation Front. By doing that, we hope the Courageous will hold the old guard at bay long enough for something new to take root. I'm sure it will. They chose wisely in naming you Captain. So I assume that that's not this ship's only purpose. Well, true, building an airship this advanced seems excessive if all you're going to use it for is as a deterrent. Laura's right, there has to be some other purpose it was made to fulfill. Very perceptive of you. I regret I was unable to discuss this with you properly when you were in Legram last month. But I'm proud to see just how much you've grown since you enrolled at the Academy. I have my class to thank for that. Learning alongside them has been a constant source of insights. So tell me, Reen, how's she doing? Is Laura getting along well with the other students? I think she's fitting in just fine. I see, that's reassuring to hear. At times, I worry that growing up in a sword-fighting household caused her to end up less well-rounded than her peers. I hope you and the others will continue looking out for her. Of course. I'm glad that she's with us. I can't imagine Class 7 without her. I can't help but get the feeling that she's something more to you than simply a classmate. Whatever the truth may be, I hope you'll continue treating her as the lady she is. I'm not one to invite inappropriate behavior toward my daughter. I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about. But I like to think I know how to conduct myself towards my classmates. Good, that's what I wanted to hear. What are the two of you going on about with your whispering and your furtive glances? Oh, it's something you need to concern yourself with. Just a little discussion between men. You needn't worry. We'll be sure to get to your field study safely. The student of Thors, I expect you to give it your utmost. Huh? He really does care about her. Okay. Who else to talk to? Alright, where should I go to next? Let's go to the hold then. What the? There's two? There's a second elevator. Factory and engine room. A factory? Maybe like an orbment factory? Like in the ARCUS? You'll find the ship's hangar beyond here. Feel free to go in if you like. Unfortunately though, we can't let you into the factory and engine room opposite. Ooh, getting this ship ready for today was a real struggle. ZCF and the Epstein Foundations helped really grease the wheels though. So yeah, welcome to the Courageous. This baby's the most state-of-the-art airship in the world, hands down. Ouroboros and their glorious would beg to differ. Ooh, getting this ship ready for today was a real struggle. Yeah, they could easily destroy your tiny little airship. Anything here? Just wanted to take a look, Peyton. We're cruising so fast yet we remain completely stable, just as my test predicted we would. That's great, this is a big win for the both of us. You never could have done this without you, I owe you one. The name's Peyton, I'm a mechanic from ZCF. I was actually in charge of maintenance on the ARCUS, which is why they scooped me up for the Courageous here. The more work you do on something, the more attached you get to it. I wonder if he was in the previous games and I just didn't notice. Courageous is like my child at this point. It kinda chokes me up to see it finally take flight. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. No idea the Rainford company was involved in developing something on this scale all this time. Then I find it was a collaboration of the Epstein Foundation and ZCF. On top of that, she's got her hands in the development of our ARCUS units too. It's way too much work for one person. How many projects does Mother have under her wing right now? Well, I'm afraid I can't give you a simple answer to that. But suffice to say, the chairman only knows about a small number of projects in development by the Rainford group. Lately, the directors have... I knew it. Is she losing... Are the directors doing their own secret projects? Hope they're not secretly playing both factions for massive profit or something. Oh? Hello, Masterine. Sorry, am I interrupting something? No, it's okay. Dee, have you finished exploring the airship? I expect it'll be a while longer before we reach Roer. Finished? I don't even think I've seen half of it yet. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm looking forward to landing in Roer, though. It's been a while since I've seen the industrial metropolis. It's not too far from my hometown, so I always hear about it in passing. Oh, that's right, you're from your mirror, so I guess you would then. You want a little refresher? And bring you up to speed on all things Roer. Sure, why not? Roer used to be a factory town, but it grew into a hotspot for technology as a result of its steel and heavy industry. The population is around 200k, and since the city's in the Nortia province, it's under Marquis Ragnar's jurisdiction. Oh, that's right, I still find it kind of wild that Angelica is his daughter. You know, last time I visited, it felt like the city was man-made. Trees and grass were rare sights. It made it kind of hard to tell how large the city really is. Well, the city itself is basically one giant structure, divided into several levels. It's expanded so many times that even long-time residents occasionally wind up in places they don't recognize. Well, I've lost count of the number of times I've had to go pick up Lady Elisa when she lost her way. That was when I was a kid. Don't say it like it still happens. Really, it was a long time ago. Now, something tells me we're looking at the not quite so distant past. Cough. Anyway, north of Roer is the Saxon Iron Mine. The iron mine there makes its way into most of the Rainford Group's products in some form or another. The amount of ore they get from just that one mine is immense. The Empire would be a different place today without it. I don't doubt it, even our textbooks mention the Saxon mine. It's been vital to the Empire since back before the Orbital Revolution. In the center of Roer, you can't miss the Rainford Group's corporate headquarters, which is also basically my house. Honestly, I was hoping I wouldn't have to go back anytime soon. Elisa. So I guess there's no point in moping about it now. We've yet to have a field study that didn't spiral into some sort of hectic adventure, but I'm ready if you are. Well, let's take it as it comes. Hey, I'll be wishing you all the best. So her mom's going to be involved in this one too. Wait, I should get second dialogue from Laura and. Oh no, wrong one. Why am I getting lost? She gets second dialogue from Laura and her father, I guess. Allow us to escort your destination. Hope your field study proves to be a fruitful one. Don't forget to conduct yourself as soon as the Force should during your time there. Nevertheless, being ferried to our destination in an airship like this makes me feel as though I could take on the world. While we won't be in the same group during this field study, I hope that's a rewarding one for the both of us. Agreed. Alright. Junction area. There's multiple doors. What the? Boarding gate is closed. Another boarding gate. Front deck. Who's courageous? There's Oliver and Major Bender on the front deck. You're looking for them. Why don't you go say hello? I'll talk to Elliot, Crow, and Eustace first. Are you three working out what to do for our concert? Yeah, we've got the general gist of it figured out now, but let me ask you, Reen, would you prefer male or female vocals? That's a really important question too, since it'll change the audience we draw. That's a tough decision. Why don't we try both then? You know what? That'd be perfect. Yeah, I really like that. 2 songs would be the perfect length too. First thing will be a bit tougher, but I think we should do it. But let us use both plans too. You won't see me complaining. He seems really excited for this. Well, nobody wants to see dudes sing. It's all about the ladies. Besides, if we make the outfits skimpy enough, the guys will be breaking down the doors to get in. Glad none of those plans we came up with will go to waste. Right then, time for a little more brainstorming with Crow and Eustace. So maybe make the rehearsal a bit tougher, but it'll work out. Your ideas all have all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. You realize that this will put us in direct competition with Class 1, correct? We'll need to do something with the degree of class in order to take them on. Well, who's there? Supply room? Do I need anything right now? Most of the stuff I think will be in a general store anyways. Alright. When it comes to firepower, the ship's equipped with the bare minimum. That's not just due to a lack of time either. It was a conscious decision on our part. We want the focus of the ship to be on the things it stands for, not how much fancy weaponry it's got. Of course, that doesn't mean we won't react appropriately if That doesn't mean you won't react appropriately if anyone's foolish enough to try anything against us. Rear deck. Oh. Who do I speak? It says the guide had mentioned Oliver first, so I'll try that. Ah, other classmates. Whoa, this ship is amazing. We're flying faster than a bird. Take that, bird. Now I kind of want one. I wonder if Gramps will get me my own airship if I ask him real nice. You can already fly around or get lamb. Don't go getting greedy. You know, if you have or get lamb, can't you just cross all these obstacles in these dungeons? The view from up here is so beautiful. I feel like I'm weightless, soaring peacefully above the clouds. You know, this is actually the first time I've been aboard an airship. Whoa, I think I'm starting to feel a little dizzy. Is that normal? The next go straight to Ordis aboard the Courageous thought to give our field sider an air of legitimacy too. I appreciate Prince Oliver's kindness in looking out for us. The airship we used in the Corps was pretty fast, but this one's even faster. In fact, the specs seem pretty high across the board. Fancy stuff. Never a dull moment in Class 7, I guess. The airship we used in the Corps was pretty fast, but this one's even faster. Right. At long last, the Courageous has finally taken to the skies of Erebonia. And I feel like a mother hen watching her chicks leave the nest. I'll take your word for it. This may sound a bit forward of me to say, but it sounds like you had some hurdles getting this project together. It was no easy ride, I'll say that. I doubt it would have come together without the Prince's unwavering dedication and tireless work. He had to find the time to raise funds and oversee the entire project, in addition to all his official duties. And out of that, he has to take care of all the arrangements necessary to get Viscount Arcade installed as his captain. I can't even imagine how busy your schedule must have been. Even from a student's perspective, it sounds brutal. But for this ship to have any weight as a deterrent, I needed the Viscount. Thankfully, he agreed to my request. My plan is to create a neutral third power capable of acting independently of our nation's two competing factions. You can think of the Courageous as the first physical embodiment of that ideal. A third party, huh? I feel like I'm starting to understand at least part of what it is you're trying to accomplish. The road will be a difficult one, though. True, but this is only the beginning. Seeing this ship soar through the clouds for the first time moves my heart just when Class 7 was formally established. I look forward to seeing what the future holds for the Courageous, and for the brave men and women of your class. Your Highness, we live in interesting times. The political situation across the Empire seems to grow more ominous by the day. With any luck, making a real show out of this ship's launch will push back against the prevailing climate. Well, that's the hope, at least. Either way, you'll have your whole life to split hairs about politics. For now, give your attention to your field study. Thank you. I know you have high expectations for us. I hope we'll be able to meet them. Instructor Sarah, Tobal, what are you guys doing out here? Oh, just a little bracer information swapping. Oh shit, I forgot to get his Oliver's second dialogue. Oh well. It's usually just a summary of what he said before. That's about the long and short of it. It's been a while since I last saw you guys though. Not since last month in Legram. Yeah, always nice to see a friendly face though. Well, despite keeping in touch with him and setting up these arrangements, it came as a surprise to me to see him on board too. Clearly it was meant to be. Honestly, I was only brought on because of my connection with Viscount Arcade. The airship really isn't a class all its own though. It's not every day you see a ship owned by the Imperial family and captained by the Radiant Blade Master. This cruiser has the potential to be an important force in Erebonia going forward. Without ties to the Imperial or Provincial armies, you can potentially keep both of them in check if need be. You might not be able to do quite as well as a strong guild presence could, but it'll still be help protect a lot of people. That's true. Besides, So it still frustrates me how the guild used to be an institution here, and now we're barely keeping the lights on. At least the Crossbow branch sends its people all over to help us out when we need a hand, though. Wenzel's one thing, but we owe McLean so many favors I've lost count. McLean, wait, are you talking about... Oh yeah, I guess you would have heard of him. He's an A-rank racer over in the Crossbow branch. A guy we used to work with named Wenzel works there now too. Wait, maybe we should back it up a bit. The guy we're talking about is Arios McLean, aka the Divine Blade of Wind. A Divine Blade just like Cassius. Name probably sounds familiar to you because he's also a practitioner of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade style. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. I never met him myself, but I heard a lot about him from my master. The master of the school's second form and sounds about as untouchable as anyone who holds the title of Divine Blade. I hope Reen becomes a Divine Blade someday. I highly doubt it, because once he does, he'll stop being playable, because, you know, he'd just be too OP to use in a 4-person party. Unless he's a guest character helping the weaker player characters against a overwhelming boss. Well, he's pretty damn strong, I'll give you that. Bailed me out of more tough spots than I'd like to admit. Speaking of, you know who else is a student of the 8 Leaf School? Cassius Bright. We were talking about him before, remember? He's the bracer who took command during that big incident 2 years ago. But from what I heard, he left away with the sword behind a while back. Cassius Bright was here in Erebonia? Wait, 2 years ago. It was an eventful time, to put it lightly. And yeah, we have Cassius and Ink bringing us past that, but afterward, well, you know the story from there. They sharded guild branches all across the Empire, one after another, and your dear sweet instructor was out of a job. I'd be glad to give you all the grisly details, but it's a long story. We'd probably save it for another time. But hey, the guild seems to have a good track record with folks from the 8 Leaf School. Maybe you should consider a career as a bracer. Door's always open, you know. Me, a bracer? Oh, I never really thought about it before. Hey, there's enough of us singing the bracer blues without you trying to recruit my students. Never hurts to start them early. Seriously though, we're always looking for more good people. If that's something you want to do, I wouldn't turn you down. And I'll give it some thought.
Attention all crew members and passengers. We will soon be entering Roer airspace.
Soon.
Please prepare for landing, and make sure you have all personal effects with you before disembarking.
Sounds like we're almost there. That was a shorter flight than I'd expected. Guess I'd better go round up the others and start getting ready.
Oh boy. Wow, it's so much faster even on this map.
Roer Airport's granted us permission to land.
Commence landing preparations. And keep the engine warm. We'll be taking off again right after our guests have disembarked.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Only half the class will be getting off this one.
Land.
Including today, you've got 3 days for this month's field study. Make them count, guys. I plan on it. We'll do the best we can. You guys be careful in Ordis, okay? Yeah, sounds like things could get dangerous there. Don't sweat it, we'll be fine. We'll have to be alright if a certain someone can keep her mouth shut. Hey, take care and Roer, everyone. Will do. When we get back, we'll be jumping straight into festival prep. Hope you're ready to discover the true terror of playing by committee. Oh, that's right. For everything that's happened so far today, I almost forgot about that. We'll have the songs and outfits finalized by the time we get back, and we should have the positions all figured out too. Let's try to save at least a bit of strength. It'd be a shame to come back too tired to outdo Class 1. Well, I think I can find the energy. That's all the more reason for us to return safe and sound. Spirited joys of you. I'm sure both your field study and the Academy Festival will prove valuable experiences for all of you. Work hard out there, guys, but not too hard, you hear? May the gods go with you. Take care. We will. Courageous touched down at the massive Roer airport where we parted ways with the members of Group B. Was safely on the ground and wasted no time taking to the skies again, ferrying the air west to Ordis. Roer was amazed in every direction, but Sharon guided us to Rainford's corporate headquarters without missing a step. This tunnel goes on forever. I can't help but recall trying to navigate Corellia Fortress. I guess when you build with tons of iron and concrete, everything starts to look similar. We're not far from the city center now. You might want to brace yourselves. Roer has an even weirder layout than the capital. Hey, that's my hometown you're talking about, but I can't deny it's true. Looks like we're finally out. Orbments for all. Hope they'll have some new things ones available for me. Roer, the industrial metropolis. New courts. Whoa. The city extends above and below? Well, Roer grew up around steel and fabrication and heavy industry. That's how it came to be known as the Empire's industrial metropolis. You were right, it is weird. It's got a population of around 200k too. That's as big as the capital of a smaller country. I feel like the city's gotten even bigger since the last time I was here. And the Rhineford Group corporate headquarters is on the upper level, right? That's right, if you'd like to visit, just head up that escalator.
Allow me to welcome you to Roer, home of the Rhineford Company. I sincerely hope that your field study here will be a fulfilling one.
Okay, time to save. Well, it looks like she's a guest character. Alright, am I allowed to go into any of the shops yet? Maybe they won't let me. One of Erebonia, where we always wanted to save you money. Whereas food or general goods you want, we've got it. And your wallet will love us just as much as you will. Alright, she doesn't want us going anywhere else except for up there. Alright. Whoa, a moving staircase. Even the capital doesn't have these. What do they ever called again? Escalators? Right, the first one was built in Zeiss. After that, the technicians here decided they tried and build one too. Guess they just wanted to show off a little, huh? Like kids, I swear. They're speaking really fast. Oh, look at that. What is that? That's an awfully strange shape for a building. Wait, that's not even a building, is it? Looks more like a rocket. Nice catch, Reen. That's actually an orbital generator. But it's so big. Roer has so many factories and industrial facilities that the city uses an enormous amount of orbital energy. Having large generators that send energy where it's needed is more efficient than each factory producing its own energy. That's quite a setup. Technology's really come a long way in such a short time. Rhineford Industry Group. Whoa. I've seen the building in pictures, but it's even more commanding in person. Guess you wouldn't expect any less from Rhineford's corporate HQ. I couldn't believe my eyes the first time I saw it either. It's a big building, sure, though not as big as ARCUS Tower in Crossbell. There's a 40-floor skyscraper, the tallest on the continent now, I think. Oh, that's the tower we could see from Corellia Fortress, right? Yeah, that's where they were holding the trade conference last month. No need to be so modest, Elisa. It's your family's digs. No one's gonna mind if you talk it up a bit. I'm not trying to. Hey, well, shall we go inside? enormous. I can barely see the top of it. It's hard to believe something like this was actually built by human hands. The rest of the city is pretty nice, but I couldn't believe my eyes when I first saw this building. There's no company in the world quite like Rhineford, so I suppose it makes sense that their corporate HQ is huge. It's a hotel. There's the cathedral. Nope.
Master Reen, please don't cause too much trouble. Let's make our way to the Rhineford headquarters.
Right, of course. Why is she singling me out?
Yeah, why me? What if I go back down? According to the guide, something's supposed to happen.
Master Reen?
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. That'll give me nightmares.
Oh boy.
Sweet dreams.
I'm just gonna run a loop until she busts out an S-craft or something on me. Or not. Okay, I guess I'll just continue with the story. Nope. But you... Gibbons, the Courageous' unveiling today should increase the value of the Rhineford Company's shares. So much work, so little time. It's good the company's doing well, but I've practically forgotten what rest is. Can't talk to those NPCs over there. Okay, into the building. Rhineford Building, first floor, information. Oh, well, they got model tanks too. A model airship. It's just as fancy on the inside. Are these all scale models of the machines Rhineford makes? Yep, I'll tell you more about them later if you're interested. Lady Lisa? Hello, Dalton. It's good to see you again. Oh, the pleasure's all mine. It's been 6 months since you've been home. I heard you were attending a military academy on the outskirts of the capital. But it looks like you finally decided to come back and visit the old homestead. Yeah, here I am. I'll be staying for the next 3 days. I see, that's wonderful news. Keep taking good care of her, Sharon. I certainly will. Wow, it's one thing to hear about it, but I know what you mean. It's kind of brings on the fact that she's a Rhineford. So let's just get going, okay? Okay, allow me to show you the chairman's office. We'll be going up to the 23rd floor. Rhineford building, 24th floor, alright. Excuse me, Madam Chairman. I brought the ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. Bring them in. As you wish. Wow. You can tell the buck stops here. That's one hell of a view.
So it looks like the Courageous' inaugural flyover in Heimdall and Roer was a success. But don't release an official statement until tomorrow. Yes, that'll be fine.
Okay, it's pronounced Roer.
Yes, I'd like you to begin as soon as possible. And keep a careful eye out for any insider trading. Hello, Irina Rhineford speaking. Yes, I understand. Fast-track the construction on the special train if you can. No, pay it no mind. I doubt Crossbell-related shares rising is indicative of a larger market trend. But sell them all early next month. Timing is key here.
Wow. She's like a commander issuing orders across multiple fronts. Yeah, it's impressive to see Toa do it, but Mrs. Reinford seems to have it down to a science.
She's a general on the battlefield of business.
Ah, right. We all have other matters we need to attend to, so I'll get right to the point. Here.
What?
She's just giving us our request and that's it, huh?
Thank you.
Field study for this month.
I've cleared my schedule to dine with you this evening, so anything you wish to discuss can wait until then. I'll leave the rest to you, Sharon.
As you wish,
You
Madam
can
Chairman.
you can actually see the lines
When
under
do you
her
expect to
eyes.
return this evening?
She must be living on coffee
I'm planning
or
on
some
7.
other source of caffeine.
Have our guests enjoy a night cruise, if you will.
That sounds splendid. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
That's it? That's all you have to say? I don't care if you ignore me, that's nothing new, but my classmates are here and you're on our board of directors. Would it kill you to show at least a little interest?
Elisa. Whoa, Elisa, it's okay. You don't need to get worked up for our sake.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention.
Huh?
If you want to return in one piece, I'd suggest you steer clear of the Provincial Army and the Railway Military Police. The same goes for the Marquis's mansion, though I can't imagine what business would take you there.
Oh
Use
no.
common sense, and don't try to overstep your bounds. That'll be all.
Have a safe trip, Madam Chairman.
Wow, your mom's a real piece of work, Elisa.
The army only wishes it was that efficient.
She certainly has the mettle to head up an international company like this, to say the least.
See? You see why I didn't want to come back now? You can't tell me that gave you a great impression of her.
I think you're being a little hard on her. She was looking out for our safety, giving us that advice.
Just forget it. Getting all worked up and storming off in a huff is what she wants me to do, and I'm not going to give her the satisfaction.
Okay.
We'll be back before sundown, Sharon. I'd like you to have the guest rooms and dinner preparations sorted by then. Oh, and see to our luggage, would you?
As you wish. Have a safe trip, everyone.
Okay, what are our requests then? You know, I'm all in favor of jumping right into our field study tasks. But is it really okay to just dump all our luggage on Sharon? I was wondering the same thing. All our luggage together must have been quite a heft. It's Sharon, she'll be fine. Honestly, can you imagine her breaking a sweat carrying suitcases? I can't. You've got a point. She'll probably carry them all in one go. Well, looking after guests does seem to be our specialty. Exactly. Anyway, let's see what kind of things we've got lined up for us this trip. Alright. Field study day 1 assigned tasks. Mining a minor metal. Looking for a rare sort of metal. I hope you're not looking for a Zamorian ore because I kind of need that for my weapons. You hear me now? I want to do an experiment with ARCUS units in the meet him in Reinford's store. Spina Byroad monster. Client the Provincial Army. Well, I get. Doesn't this make it kind of impossible to avoid the Provincial Army? Oh boy. Good thing we didn't have Milliam in our team. Say areas within a 200 stealth radius around Roer. Each student must record his or her activities daily to be remitted to the instructor upon request. Uh-huh. It looks like she hit the sweet spot with the challenge factor. Kinda reminds me of Maki's dad. But I can't really deny it. But I bet she's so sure she's got us pegged. She really thinks we won't be able to finish all of these. But just you watch, we'll finish up every last one before this evening. That'll show her. Oh, that's the spirit. Anyway, it's only 11:30 now, so we've got plenty of time before sundown. We've definitely got the hang of this whole field study thing by now, so let's show Roer some Class 7 spirit. Right. What the? Oh, that was just an exclamation point. Right. Alright, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe.